What's good, y'all? Happy snowstorm day. Um, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. Alright, so in this video right here, I'm just gonna do this real fast because I got things I want to do. Um, this video right here gives you a whole different perspective as to what's happening. As you can see, this guy right here, he has his hand right here. He's reaching for something. Now this is Ice. This is the petty, the pretty guy, the guy who got shot. This is him on the floor. See how it says gun removed? Ice, it looks like he pulled a sidearm that he had holstered. That Pretti, the victim, had holstered. It looks like he pulled that whole thing off, it looks like. He pulled something off. Now, if this was the 90s, I'll say that was a big ass beeper. Or even a cell phone. But here's why I have a feeling that that actually was the gun that he pulled. Is because if you pay attention to this guy right here, this Ice guy, right? Let's scroll back a little bit, right? Before, cause see that Ice guy, he pulled out a gun. He pulled out his gun, right? So he pulled out his gun. Before he pulled out his gun, right? He was kind of like just chilling, like he didn't think he needed to pull out a gun, right? But once he noticed that this guy was grabbing a gun, right? Once he realized what was happening, like, oh crap, he has a gun. That's when he decided to pull out his gun, right? So he pulled out his gun, right? See that? And then the guy right here, who ended up taking the gun, he gets up and runs off. Look, see, it's showing it again in slow motion. See, he pulls something. It looks like he took his gun, right? It looks like he. If that was a gun, it's kind of hard to tell, but if that was a gun, right? If that was a gun, it looks like he took it, right? Right? He took. Yeah, it looks like that might have been a gun. I don't know what that is. Is that the barrel of the gun? Right? He took something, right? He clearly took something, right? He clearly took something right there. You see that? It looks like a gun for sure. It looks like a black gun, like an all black gun. That's what it looks like. So he took something, right? And then after he took it, this guy right here, I believe he's the one that shot Freddy. Now I'm a little confused because I'm wondering, did he realize that he took the gun? Because I'm gonna show you a different angle now, right? In this angle over here, right? Same situation, right? Now, remember the Preddy guy? He was helping the women, right? I don't know if there's another video showing him helping the women. Let me see. I think it was this one. Yeah. So this shows the whole situation, right? Right. So this is Ice, right? I'm gonna make sure y'all can see for sure. Make sure y'all can see. Ah, yeah, perfect. Y'all can see. Y'all can see. All right. So Ice was pushing the lady, right? Right. You can see it right here. You see it right there, right? Right in this corner. Watch this corner right here. Right. So Ice pushes the lady, pushes her out the way, and then pushes the other lady out the way. Now, why was he pushing them? I don't know. Maybe they was too close to what they were doing. Right. So he just starts pushing the the women out the way. It looks like they're blowing whistles, right? Like he's, why did they do that? Why are they blowing whistles in there? Right? And then she comes to him, right? This is the Preddy guy, the victim, right? Now, I don't know if he knows these women personally or what, but it looks like he's trying to, like, help them or protect them. All right, all right. Now the lady comes in his face and I don't know if she's blowing a whistle or if she does something else. And I guess that's Pretti saying like don't effing touch them. So the lady comes up to the ice guy, gets in his face, and it looks like she's blowing a whistle in his face. And then the ice guy pushes the lady. Now I understand blowing a whistle in somebody's face isn't a polite thing to do. I understand some people might find that to be annoying, but I don't know if that gives you the right to put your hands on him. I don't think that gives you the right to push him, you know. And the way he pushes, you can tell he puts all his force into pushing her, right? And she falls down, right? And now the pretty guy, the victim, he gets in Ice's face. He's like, "Hey man, don't effing touch her," right? And then the ice guy pulls out his like pepper spray or whatever you want. I don't know what kind of spray that is. Some kind of mace, right? And he sprays it in Petty's face. Petty puts his hands up to basically deflect it, right? Because nobody's gonna stand there and let you spray in their face, right? And then because Petty's hand is up, Ice grabs his hand and then continues spraying in Petty's face. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this looks a little excessive. I'm not gonna lie, it does, right? And he's still spraying, he's still spraying, right? Now, Petty's back is towards Ice. His back is facing Ice. He's not attacking Ice, right? Now, the lady, she's on the floor trying to get up. It's slippery right there. You can see all the ice on the floor. The ice, right? You see all the frozen ice on the floor. And Predator's trying to help this lady regain her balance and get up off the floor, right? Now, she ends up slipping completely. And in the process of that, Pretty, the victim, ends up slipping too, right? Now, when he slips, he kind of falls on top of the lady that he was trying to help. And now you have three ice agents that pulls up, and now they decide that they're gonna wrestle the victim Pretty to the ground, right? So they start pulling him, and they start trying to pin him down. They start attacking him. As you can see, this person right here has something in their hand, and they're hitting him with it. I'm guessing that's the bear spray. I keep calling it a bear spray. It looks like a bear spray. I don't know. So they have like how many people? One, two, three, four, five, six. Like how many people does it take to take down one skinny guy? I don't know. I don't know why they have this. Why is there so many people to take down one skinny guy? Right? And Ice is still bear spraying the women, like the lady that's involved. He's over here bear spraying them. Look, you see him? He's still macing the lady over there. Right? And now she's covering her face, as you just saw. She's over here covering her face. I'll back up just a little bit so you can see. Alright, she's coughing, whatever. So she gets out the way. Alright, now that she's out the way, now you have one, two, three, four, five, six, like seven. You have like 7 or 8 people wrestling this one guy that's on the ground. Right? And then obviously that's where all the shooting. But here's the thing about the shooting, right? This guy right here, in this like grayish jacket, whatever, with the red brim, hat, whatever, right? When he was the guy that was trying to grab that I showed you in the last frame. He was the guy that was trying to grab the gun that was in the holster or was in his pants or whatever, and that's the guy that grabbed it and ran off. Now you can see right here, right? This is the same guy right here, right? He gets it. Remember, he grabbed it with his right hand. Remember, he pulled it with his right hand, right? So now he pulls it. He got it now. And this is the guy right here in the black mask that ended up shooting, that pulled out his gun when he noticed that this guy right here in the tan jacket. Once the guy in the mask noticed that the guy in the tan jacket was tugging on a gun that was at the victim's waistband. Once he noticed that, the guy in the black right here, black ski mask, he pulled out his gun. But I'm wondering, did the guy in the black ski mask realize that the tan guy actually got the gun from him? And I'm gonna let you know why I'm wondering that in the next clip I'm gonna show you. Right? So right here, boom, you see it. He got the gun. That's what he grabbed from his waistband. That's what he grabbed from his waistband. Right? And then the shooting started. After he already left with the gun. You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if maybe the guy who shot him, I wonder if he didn't realize that he dipped off, that this guy right here dipped off with the gun. Because you're gonna notice that the victim, when they all kind of got off of him a little bit, and he had some space to get up, the first thing the victim did, because the victim felt that they pulled off the strap. The victim felt it. So the first thing the victim did was he slapped, like he reached like the back where his strap was, like he like smacked the area. It's kind of like if, let's say, you getting beat up and you feel somebody digging in your pocket, and you have your phone in your pocket, and let's say you get a little bit of breathing room, you reach, you tap your pocket to make sure your phone is still there, to make sure they didn't steal your phone. It's kind of like that kind of reaction, and that's what it looked like. It looked like the guy reached back to kind of like slap where the area where he know he got his stuff taken, and possibly he was gonna get up and say, "Hey, somebody took my firearm. That's my, I have a concealed carry. Like, I have the right to have that. You know, guns aren't cheap. You know what I mean? You don't want somebody to stealing your gun, um, right? And I'm gonna show you what I mean in the next clip right now. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So I believe it's this one right here, right? So now in this clip right here, I don't think I can show all of it because I think this is the one we actually see the actual shooting. So I probably can't show all of it, but basically, you see this is the guy who does the shooting, and this is the tan guy, the guy in the tan grayish jacket with the red brim, right? So as you can see, he doesn't have his gun in his hand, right? Nobody is aware that this guy has a gun yet. The first person to kind of realize he has a gun is this guy, or maybe this guy, but he's the guy who lets you know because he's the one that's reaching, that grabs it, right? So you see the guy in the tan jacket, he's already grabbing it. He's already like reaching for it, right? And now that he's gripping it, reaching it, this guy right here in the ski mask, he now realizes, oh crap, the thing that my partner right here is grabbing for is a gun. So now he reaches for his gun, and then he pulls it out. But as he pulls it out, this guy right here in the tan, the original guy that was grabbing it, he just took the gun. He just took it. Boom. His hand was there, now it's not. Right? Look, look, look. Watch this right here. It's about to disappear. Boom. He just took it. Right? He just took it. So the weird thing about it is that if he just took it, you're looking right down there. So if you're looking right down there, shouldn't you know that he took the gun? Right? I mean, who's walking around with two guns? Right? So if you just realize he took the gun, because you're staring right down there. Now why are you aiming your gun at him now? If you just saw him take it, why are you aiming your gun at him? Now, the only other thing I could see could be a reason for that is if the victim is somehow reaching for his gun. Maybe he's trying to take his gun off because this guy's on the floor. So is he reaching for his gun or something? Is he reaching for this guy's gun? It doesn't make sense to still be pointing your gun at him if this guy just took the gun. Right? And then they just start shooting. They just start shooting. And it gets crazy from there. So, all in all, they shot him roughly about 10 times. Um, and the guy who started the shooting, he's the one that shot the most. Over different angles of the video, watching it over and over again, I'm gonna have to say it. This is a bad look for Ice. This one is a bad look. The Renee situation with the car, people can go back and forth, argue on both sides, who's right, who's wrong. But unless they have some type of body cam footage that shows that this guy that they gunned down like this, that shows that he was pulling or tugging on another officer's gun, I don't see how I don't see how you can explain this outcome in a positive light for ICE if what I just saw is he had a gun on his waist that he legally had the right to carry. One of the ICE officers saw the gun, started tugging on it to remove it. The original shooter noticed that, waited for the guy to take the weapon from the victim, and then he decided to gun down the victim. I don't know how you can explain gunning somebody down after you disarm them when it's like 7 or 8 against one. It's like 7 to 8 people against one. Even if you shoot him one time, I think that's still a bad look. If you disarm him and he's not reaching for anybody else's weapon, even if you shoot him one time, after you take his weapon, that's when you start to shoot him. The guy took his weapon and ran off. The guy who took his weapon ran off when the shooting started. He just ran away with the gun. How do you explain? How do you explain that? 7 guys is on his body. Y'all can't arrest him? I understand he's like in fetal position. He's like not being easy to manage while he's on the ground. But I gotta say this: if I got a guy pushing and and spraying me in my face, point blank in my face with some type of bear spray, pepper spray, whatever you want to call it, my eyes is burning. I'm on this dirty ass wet floor. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lay face down on the ground. But still, it's like 70 of y'all. Y'all can't muscle him down and put the handcuffs on him. Y'all doing everything. Y'all hitting him with the can that you're spraying him with. Y'all hitting him in the head. Y'all stripping his shirt. Y'all doing all that. Y'all even disarm him. Y'all find out he has a gun and y'all disarm him. And after all that, while he's on the ground in a doggy position, and by doggy, I'm just talking about like he's just on all fours. That's when you decide to shoot him in the back. You start to shoot him up in the back. And then after he gets shot up like at least 2 or 3 times in the back, he falls down and he lays on his back, and y'all still backing up and shooting at him while he's on the ground. His hands are spread. He's on the ground. He's no longer a threat. And you're gonna shoot him like five, six more times? Like what are we talking about? Like I agree with the idea that illegal aliens, like people who are here illegally that are causing trouble, I agree that yeah, the space that they are taking up, that American citizens could be taking up, whether it's housing or benefits. I mean, if they are causing trouble, whether it's SA or they're messing with kids or if it's murder or or whatever, yeah, I think it's a good idea that they should definitely be focused on as far as getting out the country. If they, especially if they don't belong here, that's the main thing. If they don't belong here legally, then why are we dealing with them? Why are we putting up with problems when they're not supposed to be here in the first place? I agree with that. You know, let them leave and then they could come back the right way. But if the people that's out there trying to get these people, if they don't know how to just arrest a person, if they can just arrest a regular person, then something needs to be fixed. Something's wrong, you know? Something is wrong. Like like these people are not trained well enough to deal with the public. They're just trained to deal with savages. That's what it seems like. And therefore, they're treating any type of resistance as if it's a savage. Because this was a savage way to take this guy's life. Because how you take his weapon, if what I'm seeing is what actually happened, how do you take his weapon, disarm him, and then start shooting him in the back? I don't understand that. And people may make the argument, hey, don't go and mess around with federal officers and all that while carrying a concealed weapon. Yeah, sure, you don't want to go and getting get involved with federal officers regardless if you have a weapon or not. But yeah, it happened. Yeah, is it not a smart thing to do? Yeah. Was he defending the women and trying to help the women out? Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to be in their face. You don't want to be in the federal officer's face. It's like messing around with a grizzly bear. You know, it's not gonna end well. But even though it could not end well, not ending well could be you going to jail, being detained, or maybe just getting hurt, getting roughed up a little bit. But getting shot in your back after getting your gun removed, like I don't understand that. But anyway, right now this doesn't look good. Um, they should definitely do some type of investigation. Cause if I'm wrong, I don't care if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me be wrong. I mean, prove to me that I'm wrong. Um, I'm willing to change my mind if I'm wrong. But so far, based on what I've seen, looks like ICE fucked up. In this specific situation, looks like they fucked up. Um, I have an opinion that what could definitely help to avoid situations like this is by having the police for that town be around to help with the agitators, to help to keep the agitators from getting themselves into altercations with these ICE people. Because I would assume that the police for the town are familiar with the people and they know how to talk to the people. The people would probably trust them and maybe be more willing to listen to their own state or town police. And if they was to cooperate and work with ICE, there will be less people that are not the targets of ICE getting hurt or killed, like what happened to this guy. I mean, but apparently in Minneapolis, the people that's in the that's in the what do you want to call it? That's in power, I guess, like the mayor and the governor. Apparently, they don't want to cooperate, and they don't want their police to either. So now you have people that are hunting savages that are being agitated by your townsfolk, and now your townsfolk are thinking that they're dealing with people that are trained like regular police and have the patience of regular police. And no, you're dealing with savages. It takes a savage to hunt the savage. And you're dealing with savages. And now you're getting savage results. You're getting savage treatment. So I'm not saying that they are right. This is not a right response. This looks really fucked up, Vice. Um, but anyway, uh, I mean, I had a feeling that people would start getting killed in the street, um, and now it's happening like every week now. Seems like it's happening like every week. Somebody's dying in Minneapolis. That's what it feels like. I gotta be safe out there.